Warning, this podcast contains strong language and was brought to you by two unqualified individuals with rights sobriety issues. Follow their advice and recommendations at your own risk. Enjoy.
Uno.
Dos.
Are you for real again? Just put the damn card down.
Okay, before I do that, just know that I love you no matter the outcome, okay?
Please don't tell me you're gonna win again with 5 cards in your hand. Because if you do, I will beat you. Like for real. This time for real, I will beat you and claim it on stake.
Alright, bring it on, I guess. Skip. My turn. Another skip. Still me. Hold on. Another skip. Hey, don't look at me like that. Alright. Reverse it back to me. Uno. And bam. I win.
You know what? That's fucking it. Mom, Dad, if you find a dead body, know that it's karma that did it to Tyrone. Why are you running? Get your ass over here. Fucking hustler.
I love you too.
Welcome to Monopoly. Psych. It's Noisy Boys, bitches. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Got you there. Welcome back to the Noisy Boys. We're glad to see ya. By the way, quick checkup. How's your life going? How's quarantine? I know it's been tough these days, but don't forget to keep your head up.
Exactly what he said, everyone. Keep your heads up. It's us, Tobe Luye Lemba and Valentin Colton in the house. You know what I'm saying? We're here to put a smile on your face, hopefully, or just help you get past time because that's what we do.
Yeah, like I think it's one of the key purposes of all podcasts. Entertain. But like, bro, we're not the only ones there, you know? There's movies, alcohol, food, street racing, which I wouldn't do if I were you, but it's still a lot of fun. Just FYI. Anyway, what else is there?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things. But to be honest with everyone, I know and you know, so we can all agree on that the pandemic will be here a little bit longer than expected. It might be getting on your nerves. It's definitely getting on my nerves. It's definitely getting on Val's nerves, right? Things reopening and then closing and then reopening and then closing. And it's just a very vicious cycle, right?
FYI, thanks for the headache. Like, life didn't give me enough already. Now you, Mr. Ford, giving me additional.
Life or girlfriend? Because both of them will drive you pretty insane.
Somebody please give this man a gun so he can shoot himself.
Whoa. Don't deflect your fantasy on me. All right. Anyway, early on during the season, we talked about things you can do to keep yourself sane during the quarantine. Today, we'll be diving in just a little further, you know what I'm saying, with board games or card games that you can play with your family, roommates, or significant other that will drive everyone crazy.
Or, on the contrary, save you from the boring days of the lockdown, give your brain a rest from the digital world, and bring up competition, fun, and of course, healthy roasts. That uplifts your spirit like no other.
Well, seems like Val's pretty much covered it all. One more thing to say. Shout out to the listeners in Albania. We are the 52nd most listened podcast there. Come on, Canada.
Yo, Canada, you can do better.
But once again, thanks, Albania. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Without further ado, let's get right into this episode, shall we? Transition music! Yeah! That means right now. Just do it now. Fucking hell.
Oh, will you shut up? I'm trying. Okay? It's a process. It takes a while. Transition music, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, board games or card games that's going to destroy your relationship with your family, roommate, significant other, whatsoever, whatever you like to call it, right? Val and I would both prepare 3 games that we'd like to share with you guys. You guys can choose to check it out or not. No one's forcing you, though I'm trying to like poke you a little bit to like, go try it out just to see how you like things, right?
You know, guys, for all we know, you can just continue to play video games, watch your TikToks, watch your YouTubes. But if you want to, Try something different, something out of the 18th century. Try board games. And here's some examples. Tobit, what's your first one?
My first one. This one is a very, very classic game.
Don't tell me.
3 letters. Number 1 in Spanish.
Uno,
Yeah.
dos, tres, cuatro.
The game Uno itself, also known as Crazy Eights in some other versions. Pretty similar. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have played it, but if you haven't, I'm just going to quickly go through the rules. All right. Very simple. You get 7 cards, right? 4 different colors. You got ability cards, skip, reverse, +2, +4, color change, and all of that. Your goal is to obviously have no card at the end of the game, right? And when you have your last card, right, you have to say Uno. You know what I'm saying? If someone else says Uno, you have to pick up a couple more cards. I think that's how it goes. The rule itself, it depends on how you and your friends or family play it. I know some people only allow 1 card at a time. Some people allow people to put several cards, like same number but different color. Some people stack the +2. Some people don't stack the +2. Some people stack the +4s. Some people don't. And it's a game that tests your friendship, because nothing feels better when someone says Uno, you give them a +4 and they got a number, and they'd be like, shit, now I have to add 4 more cards. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not getting head tonight. Fuck you.
Or like, bro, when you saying Uno and the other person says Uno before you and you have to take 2 cards, like, fuck you. Like, fuck you.
Oh, and the worst is, if you're doing the stacking, you get +2, +2, +4, +2, +2. I got another one. And the person who doesn't have a +2 or +4, they're ending up picking up 24 cards. That happened to me once, and I got so fucking pissed.
They're just unlucky. They're just your luck, bro.
I know, right? Well,
you gotta carry like bunny's feet, like for luck, you know, one of those.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't got enough luck. But yeah, that's the first game for me. Val, what's your first game?
Okay, I'm gonna go with a complicated game, so get ready. Prepare your brains to be blown out of the proportion. Anyway, my first game.
I swear to God, if it takes you more than 5 minutes to explain this game, I will run. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Now he left. Now we can talk about the game. Anyway, my game is Ticket to Ride. Is a train game. So all you have to basically do is build trails and earn points. Whoever has the most points wins. You have a couple of setting cards with trains of different colors for different roads, and cards with destinations. Each destination has a number of points. So, like I said, the person with the most points wins. That's basically my hot take. It's really competitive. If you're playing with a lot of people, there's an element of competition when somebody takes your route and you have to go all the way around your trail. That's what fucks you up. You're like, but yeah, this is really, it's kind of complicated game to explain, as you can hear. But once you get into it, a couple of games, you understand. What do you think about this game? Fuck, he's still on run. Tobit, are you there? Yeah, guys, he disappeared for good. Well, okay, I'm gonna go with the second game. Anyway, so my second game is a Monopoly, which is basically a buy-trade game. Whoever has the most money in the end of a game wins the game. So throughout the game, there's few main rules. You have to buy and trade property, improve it to get more profit, and get money from other players. Whoever can build better, whoever has more structures, more profitable business, that one wins. Because everybody else goes bankrupt. But yeah, that's my second game. Tobit, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, finally, guys, he finally came back. So I was talking about Monopoly. What's your thoughts about Monopoly?
Oh my goodness, Monopoly is another one of those games that, you know, that can kill friendship.
Yeah.
It's, man, it becomes so cruel, because I think this game is literally a representation of real life, where the rich keeps taking more and more and more and more, leaving the poor with nothing and nothing and nothing and nothing, and eventually the poor goes bankrupt. It's a fun game, but sometimes when I play it and when I think about it and be like, isn't this just the world? And we're just laughing at it with fake
Capitalism 101.
Nevertheless, it's still a pretty fun game to play with. I haven't played it in such a long time, because I know if once my competitive side comes out, oh my goodness, it gets ugly. I snap people's neck, I kill people if I don't win. But
shit happens.
don't dwell on that too much.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go on with my second game.
Go for it.
Cards Against Humanity.
Nah.
It's a pretty...
That's the game that brings the worst out of people.
Oh my goodness. So for those who don't understand how Cards Against Humanity, you have a deck of black cards which need to be filled in with blanks. Each player has 7 white cards at all time that has words in them or sentences to fill in the blank with, right? So the person picks up the black card, reads it, blah 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 blah, blank, blah 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 blah. Okay, you guys pick a card and you guys drop it in, and we'll see whoever ones is most fucked up or the one that's most funny, right? You're just trying to do your best to fill in the blank and make the people laugh, right? The person who wins the most black cards obviously wins the entire game. It's a pretty long game. However, Cards Against Humanity has many very different variations. What you can do is you can probably go online and find Cards Against Humanity for your country or for your city. Some of the bigger cities will have that, and the cards in it will have things that literally corresponds with the local city or country, and it will make it more fun instead of the same old Cards Against Humanity every single time you play with.
Pretty fun game.
You can get a lot of dark humor jokes out of that. That fucking game.
Dude, I can't tell you less. Once I got drunk at the party. I think it was a Christmas party. Yeah, it was a Christmas party. So we got so drunk and we started playing Cards Against Humanity. Dude, this is the funniest shit ever. I gotta tell you, some of the combinations people came up with were heads on awful. That bro.
Is the game.
Yeah, I know. Okay, now my third and final game, guys. I know a lot of you know the game Plague Inc. that you can play on your cell phone or on the PC or whatever. The game basically needs you to infect the entire world and then kill everybody before getting cured. That's basically it. That's like you creating corona, infecting everybody, and then killing everybody. That's how it is. Sometimes there's an option where you can start a zombie apocalypse, you can start a vampire apocalypse. There are different themes which
Quick question.
Yes.
Can you start an STD apocalypse?
I think so. You can call your virus whatever you want. Some people call their virus Corona. Some people call their virus Trump, STD, my boss's wife, something like that. And
oh God, okay.
And that is scary when boss's wife when you see on the screen boss's wife colonizes the world. But beside the point, they came up with a board game of that same game, which is basically has the same principle. Each player gets a card of a starting country. They have a number of tokens, which identify as infection points, right? So main idea is to infect and kill as many countries as you can, earn DNA points for each country you infect as you go, and whoever wins the most points, has the most points by the end of the game, wins. There's a really complicated system of calculating those points because there's a specific card which gives you point for whoever's the last one standing on the board. After the last country's been points for the most countries killed. For example, you killed more countries in Asia, somebody killed more countries in Europe, and so on and so forth, that kind of thing. Then for the country with the most cities killed. And then you calculate your evolution traits. Throughout the game, you can also evolve traits like waterborne, airborne, different spread, and kill traits. They also cost DNA points. So basically like the game itself that you play, but in the card version. The tricky thing is sometimes you think that you're ahead because, well, you have more action, you have more DNA points, right? But when the game ends and you calculate everything, and some of the traits are hella expensive, like 13 points of DNA or 20 points of DNA, you add those up as well to your final score. And sometimes people can win just by adding those trait points, you know? It can get pretty fucked up in the end. Sometimes you can win, or sometimes you can get tied up with someone just because of those trait points. It's a hella complicated game to understand when you start to play it in the board world. But once you get into it, play a couple times, pretty fun. What do you think about it?
I'm lost.
You really lost?
I just know that I have to take over the role with the plague, count points, and I win. That's it.
Yeah, that's basically it. Infect the world, count the points, evolve your traits, and win. Anyway, your last game.
My last game, I played this at one of my friend's house, and I was like, oh my goodness, this game is actually so much fun. It requires people with a lot of brain cells, so Val, should stay away from that. I couldn't find a good way of explaining it in my own words, so I just copy and paste from Wikipedia. The name itself is called Code Names. All right.
Oh, yeah, I know the game.
So players are split into 2 teams, Team Red and Team Blue. One player from each team is selected to be team's spy master. The other are outfield operatives. All right. 25 code names, each bearing a word, are laid out in a 5x5. It says rectangular grid, but 5x5, that's square,
Rectangular.
right?
Did rectangular. Rectangular.
Haha. 5x5 square grid. Oh, my goodness.
Well, you can't pronounce for shit these days, dude.
Yeah.
You're turning
Right.
into me.
Oh my goodness. I am turning into you. Goddamn.
You're turning into me. Goddamn.
All right. Anyway, in a random order, a number of these words will represent red agents, a number of them will represent blue agents, and one represents an assassin. That's the no card that you don't want. All right. And the other represents innocent bystanders. The team's spy master are given a random dealt map card showing a 5x5 grid of the 25 squares of various colors, each corresponding with one of the code names on the table. Team takes turn. On each turn, the appropriate spy master gives a verbal hint about the words on respective cards. Each hint may only consist of one single word and one number. The spy master gives a hint that is related to as many of the words on his or her own agent's cards as much as possible, but not to any other. All right, so if you pick another team's word, then they get the point, obviously. Or innocent bystander, no one gets a point. And if you pick the assassin, your team loses automatically. The hint word can be chosen freely as long as it doesn't contain nor is contained in any of the words on the codename cards, which is still shown at the time. The hint's number tells field operatives how many words are in the grid are related to the word of the clue. It also determines the maximum number of guesses the field operatives may take on that turn. The game ends when all of one team's agents are identified, winning the game for that team, or when one team has identified the assassin, losing the game. So yeah,
Okay, that's
pretty fun game.
It is fun.
It's a pretty fun game. Suggested to have at least 4 players. But if you have like a big family, or if you're living with a lot of roommates, this game will bring out a lot of competitiveness within your household. So pretty chill game. I loved it the first time I played it, and I played it ever since.
Yeah, it does sound like a pretty chill game. I tried to play it with my girl, like just 2 of us. It's okay, but you would not enjoy it as much. That's my hot take.
There's a different rule when you're playing.
Yeah, I know.
Like 2 to 3 people, but like I haven't checked that, and I'm not gonna go crazy.
No, it's up to you guys to figure it out. But yeah, it's not as much fun, I would say. It's getting pretty repetitive. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, well, that's all the games I have.
Like, what's your game of the choice? Like, if you were to play the game, what would be your game of choice right away? Or like right away? I can't speak.
Like absolutely any board games I could play.
Any game, what would be your first choice? Like, what's your favorite board game?
My favorite board game. Holy fuck. The game that I would choose would probably just be Codenames, since I had a lot of fun playing it. What's that game? I try to play with my family sometimes, but everyone's kind of busy, so yeah.
Everybody's kind of busy these days, am I right? But yeah, it is a great game.
What about you? What would be your favorite game?
Oh, it's a new game that I haven't told anyone about yet. It's actually a pretty recent game. It came out in 2020. Yeah, Here to Play. If you're a fan of deck building games like Marvel Champions, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, whatever the shit. So Here to Play is a card game where you can play from 2 to 5 players. Then they have extensions for 2 others, so you can play up to 8 players at the same time. The main goal of the game is to either slay 3 different monsters or collect 6 or 7 different classes of heroes. So you have monsters, heroes, spells, items, counters, which are really annoying. Like, you can't even imagine. Yeah. And modifiers, or modules, so they called, which can add +2, +1, +4 to your roll, or -1, -2, -3, and so on to your opponent's roll, which can fuck them up pretty good sometimes when you're trying to attack the monster, trying to use a spell of the hero. That's basically it. At the beginning of the game, every player chooses their party leader, which is like an oversized creature card. And each party leader has their own specific ability, which helps you control the game in a different way. And FYI, every monster you kill has a specific ability too, which adds to your existing ability of the party leader. I've been playing it only with my girl so far, and it is a fun game. And like I said, you can counter someone, you can fuck up the person that you're playing against in so many ways. You can steal their heroes, you can destroy their heroes. Like, there's so many ways you can have fun with this game. And it's pretty quick paced. What do you think?
Sorry, what?
Were you sleeping?
No.
Yeah, you were sleeping.
No, I wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who I have to work with. This person falls asleep during a live stream,
This is not live.
during a live recording. Better? Do you feel
Yeah,
better now?
no.
Do you feel more superior?
No,
That's bad.
that was
Anyway, that was my game, ladies and gentlemen.
round of applause for Val. Yeah, that makes
You know
a
what?
good bedtime story. A very good bedtime story.
You know what?
What?
Oh, fuck you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gave you quite a few suggestions for some of the board games. Coming up next, Banji Binging. And after Banji Binging, we're going to have... I forgot.
Yeah, we're gonna share with you some of the ideas that you shared with us.
Yes.
What is the best board game?
Or which one you
No.
prefer. So yeah,
Yeah.
coming right up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the part that you always like. Benji Binging, us with some updates on what's to watch there on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and so on and so forth. Anyway. So, Tobit, do you want me to start or do you want you to start?
I'll go first. My show that I would like you guys to watch is called WandaVision. I don't want to give any spoiler away, so I'm gonna keep it as short as possible. It is basically what happens right after Infinity War to Wanda and how she finds herself in pretty weird ass situations. The first couple of episodes is pretty slow. The show doesn't give you as much clues. They give you very small hints, so you have to pay very detailed attention to absolutely everything. And once the show picks up, starting around like episode 3 or episode 4, you start getting the grasp of everything. You're like, okay, I see how everything is now. And then boom, the ending, very fantastic. A little bit sad. It kind of leads into Doctor Strange too. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a pretty good show.
So Val, what's yours? What's your show
Mine?
suggestion?
Ooh. My favorite show is The Vikings. I know the show has been on the market for a while, and I just got to it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I apologize to the
It's okay. I still
community.
haven't watched Friends yet.
Neither did I, so have no shame in that. Anyway, moving forward, Vikings, guys. So if you like Game of Thrones, for example, right? Or The Last Knights, The Last Kingdom. If you like that kind of TV shows, then this one is gonna be for you. This story follows the guy called Ragnar Lothbrok, one of the Vikings, and his family, basically. His family and his coming up of glory, so to say. Him becoming Earl, him being the first guy who sailed to West. He was the first Viking, according to their story, who sailed west, who suggested to sail west and found a way to do so. Because Vikings were basically farmers. They were not fighters, but they were colonizing nearby villages to their land that they traveled. They usually would just jump out of the boats, rob, murder, come back to their boats, and go back home. They would call it raids. But anyway, story follows Ragnar Lothbrok, how he traveled to the west, fought different kings. It settles in 700 BC, I think, if that's the correct term. Yeah, 700 BC. So it's in the beginning of all of it. They show how they believe in all these Norwegian gods, a lot of different rituals, fights, what else? Sailing, boats, and a lot of drinking. That's basically Vikings for you. What do you think?
Go Marvel.
This guy doesn't give a shit about mythology. Look at him. Yeah,
They can't
guys.
see me.
Nobody can see you because it's dark outside.
Pretty light over here. I'm in Edmonton.
That was a joke. That was a
I know.
joke.
I know.
You didn't take it.
No, I didn't.
Lame as fuck. Okay, guys. So if you liked our choices, if you liked our suggestions, even if they were confusing or not explored fully, go check out these shows or don't check out these shows. It's up to you. There's a lot of shows, a lot of preferences. Anyway, and now we're going to be moving on to what you gave us in terms of the ideas for the board games. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they just fucking awful? We'll find out. You'll find out. Part 3 coming right up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After all the show suggestions, I hope you expanded your library of shows that you can watch during this crazy, lonely, sad.
Okay, we got it.
Alright.
Move on. Sad, lonely.
He's just
Everybody
because
knows
he
that.
actually has to stay in the house. All right, we posted on our social media asking your guys' opinion on what your favorite board game is, or what games would you recommend other people to play. Val, would you care to start?
Sure. So the first one of my suggestions were this weird game called Sequence, which I've seen, but I've never known the rules of it, and now I'm just like looking it up. So basically, it's a challenging and exciting game where you basically have to, when you have 5 in a row, it's a sequence. Learn to block your opponents to remove their chips and watch out for the jacks. They're wild. With a little strategy and luck, you'll be a winner. That's basically the explanation that I got from Amazon. I'm not excited to play this game. Just gonna say right away, I need to try it. Have you ever played Sequence?
Nope.
I guess Sequence is some sort of rare game that only some lame people play. No offense.
Okay, nah, don't be calling other people lame for playing games that we don't know.
Okay, guys. Apologize. It's just me being lame for not knowing that game, because apparently this game is actually fun. A large group, that would be a perfect game. Yeah, what's your first game?
Okay, my first game, someone said Monopoly, but we already talked about Monopoly, so I'm gonna go with the next one. Do or drink. It is very simple. You do what's on the card or you drink. It's a very good game to get wasted on and just have fun. You understand?
Yeah. Okay, my next suggestion is Snakes and Ladders. What do you think about
Oh,
that? Yeah,
I haven't played that game in such a long time, bro. That game,
I never played that game.
That feeling when you're so close to the to the end, and then you roll the number, and then you hit a snake, and you have to slide all the way back down to 20.
Oh no!
Holy fucking shit, man!
Oh no!
I cried every time that happened. I risked the worst from my opponent every single time. I remember I even created like my own use my own board using like that game. So it's a lot of fun. I love Snakes and Ladders.
Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta try it sometime. Anyway, you got it. I'll try it someday. Anyway, what's your third game?
Okay, this game is called Secret Hitler. I'm just opening up Wikipedia right now.
Secret Hitler.
Don't worry. I don't think you're gonna be killing Jews. Okay.
Imagine. Fucking imagine somebody opens up the rule book. Oh, so the main rule.
I'm just gonna read.
Sorry, guys, dark humor.
Oh goodness, I got a dark humor joke for everyone.
Fuck.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Internet, don't hate me for this. All right, it's just a joke. If you can't handle it, maybe you should just not listen to it. Yeah. What's the difference between Jews and money? Anything, Val? You got any answers?
You can't. Oh no, you can't pay with Jews.
Oh my. Okay, Val.
I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry.
It's along the same line, but I'm gonna say it now. I give a shit if I lose $6 million.
You don't have $6 million. Go for it.
You don't get the joke.
Oh.
That's it for that.
That moment when you realize how fucked up that game is.
Okay, I'm just gonna read the gameplay real quick. Secret Hitler sees players divided into two teams: the liberals and the fascists. Not surprised. The latter also including the Hitler role. The identity of Hitler is known to all other fascists, while the identities of the fascists are unknown to Hitler in the game. At least 7 players. The role distribution depends on the number of players in a game session. I'm not going to go ahead and keep reading absolutely everything and bore you guys. Just know that there's going to be Hitler, there's going to be liberals, and there's going to be fascists. Simple as that. Boom.
Yeah.
But don't worry, they won't burn anyone or bury them alive at all.
No more entertainment.
Imagine a girl turning you down and you just slaughter the entire race.
Imagine not getting into acting school and slaughtering the entire Canada.
Whoa! Okay. See, now the government's listening to us be like, yo, hold up. I think
Wait a minute.
Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah. Well, that boy ain't right.
All right, what's your next game?
Laser chess is basically chess with lasers. It's like Star Wars, but wars with stars. You know what I mean?
Okay. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Here comes Robert Downey Jr. Boom. Here comes Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo decapitated. Yo.
Leonardo the decapitated. Yo,
but then at the same time, we're thinking on the same frequency.
All right. The next game is called Jackass. I quickly searched up the game.
And
what
found a
you
picture of
need-
yourself.
No,
bad.
surprisingly, a picture of you. You're gonna need a big glass, a deck of cards with jokers, and lots of alcohol. So let's just agree that this is a drinking card game. And if anything happens, you guys are probably gonna black out.
I mean, that's the best part. No, am I wrong? Is it not the best part?
I've never blacked out before. Yeah. All right, what's your next one?
I don't have the next one. That was it.
Okay, I
That's
got
it?
just a few more. Crazy Eights, which is pretty similar to Uno.
Mhm.
If you can play it on your iPhone with your friends over iMessage, pretty fun. Countdown, don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm still gonna say it. And Speed, don't know what that is, still gonna say it. And last but certainly not least, 5-second rule, uncensored. Yet another drinking game. What is with everyone in drinking card games? I know you guys want to do something to let everything out, but maybe drinking is the answer. Oh my god, I'm gonna go drink. Excuse me.
Well, now that Tubit left for drinking, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you took out some fun games, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
yeah, sure, bud. Pour me out.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this episode.
I hope you liked the dark humor joke. I hope it actually made you laugh. If it didn't, it's okay. If you're offended, shut up.
Yeah, we don't give a shit. Anyway,
You have anything else you want to say?
nah, that's it, bud.
All right. Hope everyone enjoyed the episode. We will see you guys next week.